On to our last match of our Vintage Dredge League. We've been doing pretty poorly. We're currently 1-3. We're only really playing this out as extra practice. There is nothing really on the line here. We lost our last match to a combination of a bit of bad luck and a bit of sloppiness. And was against Merfolk, which I think shouldn't have been quite so difficult for us as it was. And we're having a really bad start for this match. So our opponent looks like he's probably on shops. No, okay, he's on some mono red deck. Guess nothing exciting is going to particularly happen this game, at the very least. I don't really foresee us managing to draw to hand size and start dredging before he kills us. Not with Hanweir Garrison and a Magus. Yeah, so I think, what's that going to be? 6, 8, 10. It's close enough to lethal. I think we can just scoop here. Okay, so we're going to want Ingatuas and Elishnorns. There's a bit of an interesting one for us, as we're not super prepared for it. So we're just going to be quite high density and try to be relatively sleek and win fast. And we're probably going to mulligan into Oblivion again. Okay, so that's a snap keep. That's 2 Bazaars. And we have a Nature's Claim and an Undiscovered Paradise. So anything from here is going to be pretty great. Barring, of course, turn 1 Blood Moon into turn 2 Cage. So we're fine with the Crypt. We're not so fine with Crypt plus Cage. So we're going to have to play out Undiscovered Paradise, and we're going to have to nuke the Crypt to begin with, as it's the only one that's particularly scary for us. So I kind of want to pitch the Bloodghast and the Troll here. And I think hold up everything else. I think we can therapy for Magus of the Moon or Blood Moon. Just to take care of that. But then again, I think we also kind of like having the extra lands. Hanweir Garrison is not the end of the world. Okay. So we don't care about the Hanweir Garrison. What we do care about here is I think taking a draw step... okay, so now we need to Nature's Claim in response to the 3-ball. So we're still very choked on red mana. We're going to want to take... Oh no, okay, so we don't need to take a draw step here because we're going to get rid of the Undiscovered Paradise. Dredge for draw. And then we're going to get to play a second Bazaar, and that should clean the game up. We're not going to get to cast Dread Return this match, but realistically we don't care. I think we want to take the damage from his tokens, block with a Narcomoeba, and we can bash in next turn. In fact, I think once we've blocked his garrison, so what's that, 4 damage a turn, so it gives us a few turns. I think we can even just afford to block everything here if we choose. No, sorry, not everything obviously because we have Bloodghast, but we can afford to block something like the garrison and 3 tokens, which will leave us with, I guess, 10, 13 power on board, 16 power on board including the Icarid. Actually no, a lot more because we'll get a lot of tokens out of the Narcomoebas. So we really should just be dumping the Narcomoebas here, as I think it gives us something close to lethal on the crackback. So we'll turn 4 power into 16, 32, 35. I think we're should be approaching 40 power on board. Okay, great. So our opponent concedes. We'll just run the same list back. Once again, no good reason to change. It's possible we can lose a Barbarian Ring in exchange for... okay, so Petrified Field, Riftstone Portal I think is an interesting choice there. Riftstone Portal seems great here because it keeps our lands live in the face of a Blood Moon. So our hand doesn't do much at the moment. It's going to do even less very soon. Okay, and he's got an Eidolon of the Great Revel, and that looks like... is that going to be a Blood Moon or a Hanweir Garrison? Either way, I think this leaves us pretty fucked. Okay, so Chalice of the Void isn't actually our worst nightmare here. So this interaction with Serenity is going to be interesting. Kind of want to play out the Barbarian Ring here. As it looks like we don't have any coloured sources, so he's going to be less worried about trying to take us up other colours of mana. And now we get to drop a Serenity, and the fun part with the Serenity here is going to be that it's going to kill the Eidolon. And now we're going to get some action going. Barring, of course, Mages of the Moon or Blood Moon. Scabcan Berserker, I don't think we care about. He's going to get to bash in, and that is going to be of some concern for us. As he's putting us on a bit of a clock here. But fortunately, we've hit another Bazaar, so we're hoping right now that okay, so we haven't hit a Dredger. I think this might be getting close to good enough. So he's going to get the bash in for 3. And I don't think we're going to care. Because I think it's the last attack he's going to get to make. This is still looking pretty ugly. And we finally hit fuel. And I think we'll take that Icarid. We can eat a Stinkweed Imp. And I think if we Dread Return here... So I think we bash in with all our creatures that we're able to. Then we Dread Return, sacrificing the prized Amalgams and the Icarid. Oh, actually, no, we can just Flamekin Zealot. Never mind. So we'll take another 2 of Scab Clan and we'll put Lethal on board. And that's the match.